Welcome aboard the Orange Cat Cruise. We will be heading out for the entire month of May, visiting quite a few places as we go, plan for a lot of reading by the pool, relaxing, eating good food, having lots of drinks. You thought that you were going to have a nice time on this cruise, but actually we brought you here for our fun little games. Our first victim has already been taken, and you need to figure out a way to survive the cruise. There are 4 teams competing that all have different strengths and are taking different paths throughout the month that you can join. Only one team will make it to the end of the month and escape, so make sure you are very careful with choosing your team. Welcome to Escape the Readathon. This is a competitive team-based readathon happening the entire month of May, where all 4 teams are competing to be the one to escape at the end. I will only let one team go, so you better make sure it's yours. That being said, you do not have to read a ridiculous amount of books to participate. Even if you only read 1 to 3 books a month, that is okay, and you are still helping your team. As head game master, I brought everybody here to see who is the best at solving my puzzles, playing my games, and survival. So we have 4 teams that have 4 different skill sets. First up, we have the detectives. They thrive under pressure and are really good with the small details. They pick up on things that other people probably wouldn't. They're connecting the dots, putting all the pieces together, and they're really good with a deadline. Your team leaders for the detectives are Alexis from Alexis Fully Booked and Tori from Tori Between Pages. Next up, we have the hackers. The hackers are incredible with their quick thinking skills. They're really good at seeing the big picture and then playing out tons of different scenarios and picking the one that will probably get them to the end. Hackers are obviously great with technology and making things work for them. The team leaders for the hackers are Steph from Once Upon a Bookish Steph and Cassidy from Covers with Cassidy. Next up, we have the mediums. Mediums are great at communication. They know how to communicate with both the living and the dead. Because of their great communication, they are also pretty empathetic people, and that has taught them how to read others very well. The team leaders for the mediums are Jessie from Reading with Jess and Jordan from Sorry Booked Solid. And then last but not least, we have the podcasters. The podcasters are incredible at teamwork, and they have a really creative side to themselves as well. With a true crime podcast, you have to do the research and make it entertaining and fun. The podcasters' team leaders are Heather from Books and Heather and Mel from Mel Reads. So, throughout the cruise, there are 6 rooms for you to explore. The problem is they're all locked. So, to unlock each room, there is a prompt that is associated with each room. You have to read the correct amount of books as a team for each room to unlock the door. The problem is you don't know how many books are required to get into each room. They're probably different, but you can choose to read a book for any of these prompts at any time as long as you have not already unlocked it. It will disappear from the submission form once your team has unlocked the door to get into the room to play the game, so you don't need to worry about submitting for things that your team has already done. So let me tell you about the 6 rooms and their prompts. So first, we have the dining room, and the prompt for this is to read a book that matches your current outfit. So for this, whenever you are picking the book, it needs to match what you're wearing. So I would have to pick something that was gray, maybe had some blue and orange in it. It doesn't have to match when you submit it. Next up, we have the bar. And for this, you need to read a genre blend. So a mix of at least 2 genres. For the theater, you need to read a popcorn read. So this is kind of up to interpretation, but for me, this is a fun, quick read. Then we have the pool. For this, there needs to be double letters in the title. So it doesn't have to be right beside each other, like in the word pool, but you have to have 2 of the same in the title. So something like rabbits would work because of both of the B's right here, but also something like dead silence because of the 2 D's here. It doesn't have to only have one set, so this does have multiple E's in it, but you need to have something that has 2 in it. Then we have the arcade, and for this you need to read an underrated book. This is up to interpretation, but things that everybody is talking about in reading don't count. This is generally something that a lot of people that have read it have loved it, but a lot of people haven't actually read the book. A way to gauge this is going on the Storygraph or Goodreads and seeing the amount of people that have rated the book and maybe comparing it to something that you know is a little more popular. And then lastly, we have the gym and spa, and for this you need to read a book that you've been putting off. This is up to interpretation. It doesn't have to be for a specific reason that you've been putting it off, but not something that you just bought and really want to read. So these 6 rooms will have to be unlocked and the games inside them will be played by everybody throughout the month. If you participated last year, there were more options, but you didn't have to do everything. This year there's less and you do have to complete all 6. With that said, you personally do not have to read for all 6, plus the games, plus anything else that comes up. These are all as a team, so if there's a prompt that doesn't work for you, that's okay. You can skip it and just do something else. These 6 rooms and their games inside should be the priority. That is because there's something new this year. There are 2 other places you can submit your reads for, the concierge desk and the library. For this though, you will be logging pages. For these, you don't know what you are going to get if your team logs enough pages to unlock them, but there's some fun surprises with that. So the level of priority when you are logging things is the games at the top, which only applies if you're in a game, and then logging for unlocking the rooms, and then the pages, because of the fact that you have to unlock all the rooms and play all the games to be able to escape. The concierge desk and the library are just fun bonuses, but they're still good things for your team. So if you're logging pages for that, then that is still good. This year I wanted to include logging pages for people that are slower readers or don't have anything to fit a book towards for prompts, or if you decide you want to DNF before 50% and still have it count for something, or something that you started before May and wanted to finish off. You cannot log a book for both a prompt for the room or the game and for pages. One or the other. You can't log 100 pages for the concierge desk and then when you finish the book, log it for the bar. Just a reminder, as an individual, you do not have to submit for all of these things. This is so that you can pick and choose, pick what works best for your reading, what you're in the mood to read, your reading pace, all sorts of different things. You also will choose where to log your books when you finish them. If you know for a fact that you are only going to be logging for pages, then you can do that as you go, but it's not necessary. But if you think there's a chance that you might log for pages or prompts, then you need to wait until the end because certain things might not be available anymore. You might have unlocked a room and that prompt might go away. There is a lot of flexibility within this readathon, even though it sounds complicated. So those are the 6 prompts that you have right now that you can plan a TBR for, but there will be plenty others popping up throughout the month. When you unlock a room, a video prompt will pop up in your team's Discord chat. To participate in this readathon, you do have to be a part of the Discord. That's where all the submission forms will be. That's where your team's progress will be. That's where you really know what is going on with everything. You don't have to participate in the group chat, but you do need to be there so that you can get all the information. So the video prompt will come up and you will get the game explained to you, and then you will find out your prompts. Each team will have a different game and different prompts for everything in the readathon. The games have different options. There's the most standard one where there is 2 options you have to read for the correct amount of books for the correct prompt. You don't know which one is correct though, so as a team you can strategize, figure out what your game plan is, and read for one of the 2 prompts. There are variations of this. It can be more complicated, but the videos will explain everything to you, and the prompts are going to be more vague, things that apply to a lot of books, tons of genres, things like that. The games should be your number 1 priority. If you are reading a book already and you are going to use it for a room, but you unlock one door and it works for the game now, submit it for the game. Also, with these trick prompts, everybody is going to be submitting for the trick prompts. And it's part of the readathon. It is factored into the numbers. So don't worry about your reads not like counting for the team. You also will not know which prompt was the correct one until the very end of the readathon. So once you have completed the game, you will be notified and you will go back to reading to unlock a room. But if your team has unlocked another room while you were playing the game, you will immediately go into the next game. You do not have to keep track of any of this. I promise you it's way easier than it sounds. There's a lot of little moving parts on my end for the most part, but it will be really easy for you. There's one place that you always need to check for your team, and other than that, you don't have to do anything. If you were in a situation like this, I trapped everybody in a cruise and was making you play these games, you wouldn't know your progress, how close you were to escaping and all of this until you moved on. So you are in the dark about a lot of things, but I think it really adds to the suspense and the fun. The thing is, I am not working alone to keep you on this cruise. I have 8 Gamemasters helping me. They are reading books and logging them for prompts and pages and taking books away from the teams. This is pretty random throughout the month. Last year I did a lot of it by a spinner wheel on reading sprints. That will probably happen again this year, but you will know when you have had books removed or pages removed from your team. So the 8 Gamemasters helping me keep everybody trapped on my cruise forever. Bree from Locked Booktician, Deja from Deja's Book World, Keely from Vampire Keely, Kim from Kimberly Reads, Monica from A Little Bit of Monica, Sam from Samantha Donovan, Sarah from Wicked Reading, and Vanessa from Read with Dr. B. These lovely, lovely booktubers will be helping me keep everybody in the cruise and also might be messing with you in the Discord. So that is the broad picture, even though there's a lot of details in that. So step number 1, click on the description. There's a sign up form in there, so go and sign up. You need to sign up with a unique username. Really, it just needs to be something that is not just your first name so that there's not duplicates. Choose which team you want and let me know how many books you normally read per month. There's going to be a range of like 5 books. Pick whichever one is your standard. If you're in between 2 or you're like, I am 100% gonna read 30 books and push myself, then sign up for that number. The thing is, if you read more or less than what you sign up for, it's okay because there's going to be some fluctuation with everybody, but really choose whichever makes the most sense for you. Signing up is so important because it determines how many books you as a team need to read. It's going to be different per team. Number 2, join the Discord. You need to be in the Discord to participate. You won't get any of the prompts, the submission forms, anything other than in the Discord. Once again, you don't have to chat. You don't have to read your team's chat, the general chat. There will be a place where you can submit your books and there will be a place for announcements from me and your team leaders. So just check those and that is enough. We also have an Instagram account if you want to follow that. All of those things will be linked in the description. Throughout the month, read whatever you want. When you finish the book, then log it. You don't have to log exactly when you finish each book, but it is really important to log books as you go so that your team can be progressing instead of hoarding and logging 10 books at once. Any book counts no matter the genre. Any page length counts for different things. For the prompts, the books have to be 50 pages at minimum. This is a competition, so if people were reading like 13-page short stories, that's not really fair. But this year you can count books that are even shorter than 50 pages if you just log them for pages. Also, books that read faster, like manga, poetry, graphic novels, really anything that is like a quicker paced read because of the formatting, you do need to log that for half pages. So if you do want to log it for a prompt, it needs to be 100 pages because you would then only count it for 50. And then if you're reading it to log pages, you still will log it for half pages. So if it is 40 pages total, you would count it for 20, but you can still count everything. Also, audiobooks 100% count. That is not a question. They will count for anything. So you would just go to Storygraph, Goodreads, whatever, and see the page count on there if you just have the audio. If it is an audiobook exclusive, you will count it for 40 pages per recorded hour. Rereads count, DNFs count. For a DNF or a book that you started outside of May, you have to read 50% or 200 pages, whichever comes first in May. If you read 50%, you can count it for a prompt or pages. If you read under 50%, you can count it for pages only. Team size does not matter. You can join any team that is calling to you. If there's a smaller team, we don't need numbers to make it more even. Everything with the sign up form will make that so that you don't need to worry about any of that. Log your books as you go. You won't know a lot of information throughout the month. Everything you need to know, you will know. Other things are a secret that you will find out at the end or once it is your time to find out that information. So with prompts, with unlocking the rooms, with logging pages, you won't know if you are close to your goal or not. And that is okay. Throughout the month, to help you accomplish all of this reading and to help you along with the chaos, we will have tons of reading sprints. On Thursday, May 1st and Saturday, May 31st, there will be kickoff and closing sprints on my channel. I will be joined by some of my co-hosts during both of those. And then team leaders and game masters will be hosting sprints throughout the month as well. There will be a roughly weekly schedule posted in the Discord. There will be sprints in different time zones. It's not all going to be in the evening for the US. There's going to be some earlier in the day ones. We have people that can cover lots of different time zones. Make sure you're subscribed to all of my co-hosts for 3 reasons. 1, they're all really great. I love all of their channels. 2, to check for reading sprints. And 3, because there will be videos throughout the month. There will be recommendation videos from some channels. There will be vlogs that are coming out. You can see what the Game Masters are up to, who they have been targeting. You can see where other teams are in their progress, how many rooms they have unlocked, the games that they've played, prompts that they've had. So now moving on to the merch. There's 2 different places that you can get this. One is on Bonfire and the other one is on my Etsy. So first up for Bonfire, we have t-shirts, crew necks, and mugs. So for mugs, there are 2 options. They are both the same design. On one side, there is the Escape the Readathon Cruise logo, and on the other side is the Orange Cat Cruise port window logo. You can get this with a black inside and handle or an orange inside and handle. Then we have t-shirts. So I am currently wearing one. This is Comfort Colors. They are available in pepper, which is the one that I am wearing, and a red color. I wanted an oversized fit, so I did size up, but this is the design on it. Orange Cat Cruise, cute little kitties, and some water. And then we also have crew necks. Those are available in 3 different colors. I have one of them, and there is cat hair on it. So with these darker colors, especially on the crew necks, the design is more muted if you are looking for something like that. So this is the navy, and then there is also a red and a black option. These are Gildan sweatshirts, and then these are Comfort Colors. They're so comfy. There's nothing on the back this year. There was last year, but the cruise ship didn't look as good, so it is just front and then back is plain. And then we also have some stuff going on Etsy. There's a bunch of different options this year. So we have stickers and bookmarks. For these stickers, we have 2 individual stickers and then a sticker sheet. For the individual stickers, we have this really cute port window Orange Cat Cruise design. It is on a pixie dust glitter, and it is just adorable. I am completely obsessed with this one. And then the other one we have is on a mirrored vinyl and is a cruise with the Escape the Readathon logo on it. I really love both of these. The porthole window is about 1.5 by 1.5 inches, and the cruise logo is, I believe, 1.3 by 1.9 inches. It will be listed in the Etsy description. And then we also have this cute sticker sheet. It is a 4x6 sticker sheet with 35 little stickers on it. This is great for a reading journal. There is a little sticker for each of the 6 rooms with the games, and then some things that are more team specific, more general, and these are just black on a white vinyl so that they work with tons of different styles. And then we have the bookmarks. So last year we had a ticket design, and this year we do as well. They do look very different though, very different vibe. So first up is the detective bookmark. This is a notebook that maybe a detective would use. Beautiful holographic foiling, this really pretty periwinkle color. Then we have the hackers bookmark, which says anonymous on it in like a kind of hacker-like code, you know. There's a glitch though, and the computer might be bugged. So this also has a really pretty holographic foiling on it, this like peachy orange color that I love. Then we have the mediums. I love this. We have a Ouija board. There's a cute little cat on there, an eyeball. I love this purpley color. And then once again, last but not least, we have the podcasters. This is a little cassette tape. It's very cute. I love this reddish color. I just think it's such a fun vibe. Another holographic foil. So you can get individual bookmarks if you want 2 of your teams, or if you want only 2 of the bookmarks. There's also sets available. So the link for Bonfire and Etsy are in the description if you want mugs, shirts, bookmarks, stickers, all the good things. I know this seems like a lot going on. I know I just said a lot of words to you, but it's really easy to participate in. Truly, you can read whatever you want throughout the month, and there will be something you can log your books towards. You don't have to keep track of anything. You just have to log as you go, but make sure you're keeping track of if you have logged your books or not, because I won't be able to check that for you. The links to the sign up form, the Discord, both top priorities. Instagram, all merch, and all of my co-hosts are linked in the description. If you're participating, let me know what team you're joining in the comments, and if you're still deciding, you can leave me a cat emoji. I'd also love to know how many times you have participated. This is the 3rd year that this is happening. I'm really, really excited to be bringing it back. I love this readathon so much. I'm so thankful for all of my co-hosts that are putting time into making this thing run smoothly, and truly to all of you for participating and enjoying something like this as much as I do. I hope to see you in the Discord soon, and May 1st for the cruise to set sail.